Sergeant Reed, you're going to be a team to start with.
Copy that.
Rivera, Ringrose, go ahead and set up on 100.1. One more in a moment.
Am I Alpha TL? LT. Could I be on point 1 or 2?
Point 1.
Copy.
Get on yelling, that'll work easier. Sergeant Dodgemeyer, you're going to be a team lead. You'll be setting up on 100.2. Dover,
Roger that.
McMillan, and Private Faley will be yours.
LT, I got a question.
Shoot.
Do we also go on 100.2?
Well, you are the member of the team, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
I'm just
Private
saying.
McMillan, you will be monitoring your
Oh, poor
fire
baby.
team's radio frequency.
Okay.
Lieutenant,
Yes.
do you want me as a medic on regular channels, or do you want me on one of the teams?
We'll put you on one of the teams for now. I might pull you aside and slap you with a squad leader in a moment.
Oh, I've never done that. Thank you.
Never been with one of the teams?
I've never been a squad leader.
No, I put you with a squad leader.
Oh, okay.
As a medic, normally would be in a squad.
Very good.
I don't know if you want to be a squad leader. I would think to
No,
put that
no, I
upon
don't. I don't. I don't.
Sergeant. Alpha or Bravo?
You are Bravo Dodgemeyer. Sorry, Dodgemeyer.
Roger that.
you. Okay,
Squad
stand
mates.
up if you don't have a team assigned to you.
Yeah, for fuck's sake!
Alright, looks like we're going to have enough to have
Radio
Private
check,
Rivera
frequency
run as
100.2
squad mic.
over.
Lima Charlie, frequency
Cole, go
100.2.
ahead and dial up on 100.1.
Yes, sir.
Bravo,
Any
requesting
station
radio
listener,
check
this
on
is
frequency
McMillan on
100
100.2 over.
55x5, 100.
Lima Charlie,
Take a mic out.
frequency 100.2.
Any station listener, this is Cole. Radio check on
Roger,
point 1,
Roger,
over.
Roger.
Cole, this is
Cole,
Ringrose.
this is
Cole,
Bravo's
Ringrose. Radio Lima Charlie.
100.2, over.
Actually,
Take a mic
this
out.
is Mike on 110. Radio check over.
It's actually regional Charlie 100. Over.
Copy.
Actual Alpha, copy out.
Alright, congratulations, units. I'll be a squad leader for I'll be acting as a squad leader during the dry runs here. So we have one 3-man team, but that's fine.
Did you catch that radio call, Donch?
No, I did not.
Bravo, this is Faley, radio check on 100.2, over.
Lima Charlie on 100.2 over.
Roger out.
Alright guys, let me know once your radios are set and you're good to go.
Bravo, this
So you
is
get this
Dover,
going.
radio check on frequency 100.2, over.
Lima Charlie on 100.2 over.
Roger out. Bravo squad's good. Donch.
Alpha, you guys all set?
Actually, Bravo. We're all set.
Alpha's all set too.
Everybody's here who needs to be here. Plug it.
Who up?
Okay, gentlemen. Welcome to the 506 Infantry Regiment Realism Unit Air Assault School. I assume most of you guys know what air assault is about, but in the case that you don't, air assault is the deployment of infantry forces from helicopters, either via fast roping, landing, jumping out at 6 feet, whatever it is. It is the modern variant of airborne because during Vietnam, the 506 and the 101st moved away from airborne infantry into air assault infantry. Really important school within our unit. Today we're going to set you guys up with the ability to confidently use the ropes to exit a helicopter, know how to board and exit a helicopter that has landed, as well as understanding the duties and responsibilities of a chalk leader and a team leader within a squad that the chalk leader is leading. Any questions?
Negative.
Not at this time.
All right, first thing we need to do is get a keybind set up. That keybind is going to be found under Configure, under Add-on Options, and under ACE Vehicles. When you get there, you're going to be looking for Fast Rope option. Set that up to whatever it is you would like.
Lieutenant? Lieutenant?
Right. Send it.
Yeah, was there an extra add-on that had to be downloaded for this one?
No. Is anybody confused so far?
Well, I can't find
Negative.
vehicle.
There was a step in there. I didn't hear controls called out, sir, but or Sarge.
Yes, you'll be going to Configure, Controls, Configure Add-ons, and ACE Vehicles.
You found it, Private?
Yes, sir. Yes, Sergeant, thank you.
Okay.
I might have misspoke on the first step. I haven't done this in a while for myself. Under the ACE Vehicles, you're going to see an option for Fast Rope. You need to have that bound to something. The reason why you need this bound is because if you simply use the ACE Interact, what happens is a lot of people preemptively have their cursor above the Fast Rope option, which disappears and is replaced by the Cut Rope option every time the fast ropes are occupied. This causes people to cut the ropes inadvertently every time that we have an air assault operation using fast ropes. If we use this keybind, it's impossible to fuck up. So if anybody screws up and cuts the ropes today, it means you aren't listening right now. Trust me, it's a very valuable keybind to set up. Once you've got it all set up, stand up individually.
There you go.
Everybody's certain they've got it set up to their confidence.
Confirm.
Affirmative.
Read your post on
Lieutenant.
the farm board, sir.
Alrighty. I'll hand the class over to Staff Sergeant O'Leary. Get rolling.
Alright, thank you, LC. Okay. So, we're gonna get started with the actual class here now. So, everybody, let's head out this gate here, follow the road up to the right, and get out to the tarmac.
What's going on, Cole?
Hello.
Okay. Got her up in front of me. Okay. So, structure of this class is pretty straightforward. We're going to talk about the airframes first. Then we're going to talk about how to get on them, how to get off them. Then we're going to take that, put that into practice. We're going to make actual simulated runs. We're going to take the chopper out to an LZ, get off, do what we have to do, get back on, back to base, rinse and repeat until we've got it down to the point where I'm confident that you guys are able to do it correctly. Then we'll talk about fast roping, and we'll do the same thing. And trust me, you'll get your fill of sliding down the rope tonight. So, I'm not gonna have to explain any administrative aspects of this class. Everybody knows how to behave, address people, and all that kind of shit. So, you're all either a seasoned NCO or a private that just recently completed OSAT. so you shouldn't be a stranger to any of this. Anywho, on my right and your left, we have the Blackhawk, and on my left, we have the CH-47 Chinook. Now, I'm gonna let Lieutenant Bowman explain the characteristics and features of both the airframes, since he is a pilot after all, and I'm just a fucking infantry sergeant, so I don't know dick about those birds. So take it away, LT.
Thank you, Sergeant. Okay, gentlemen, you see these are two of my favorite helicopters here. We'll start with the Blackhawk. Blackhawk is going to be the Army's primary troop transport helicopter. It's capable of sling loading operations with medium weight items, but generally this is going to be used to transport you guys into combat. Capable of transporting 14 individuals, provided that the door guns are utilized, and if you count the 2 pilots, it's 16. Like I said, generally this is going to be used to transport infantry to and from a location. It's going to be used for supply drops. Generally within our operations, you'll see the Blackhawk transporting the command element, Havoc 4 and Dagger on an air assault, and running reinsert and resupply operations throughout the mission. Over here we have Big Sexy, the CH-47 shithook. Yep, I said that. This holds 26 people, provided there are 2 on the guns. It is the Army's heavy lift helicopter for sling loading heavier things such as vehicles, larger supply crates, and can carry quite a lot of whoop ass into the battlefield. You'll find yourself in the back of these for most traditional air assault, where we're not using ropes, because it allows one bird to get at least 2 squads on the ground in the same location. We'll see that sometimes we use 4 Blackhawks in the case of everybody fast roping. Fast roping is a lot more efficient out of the Blackhawks because the chalks are unloaded faster, less of a wait, less time for that pilot to loiter. But if we're landing, the Chinook is a much better airframe for that. It's got a lot more power. It is the fastest helicopter in the Army, and it can take a lot more damage before it decides it doesn't want to fly anymore. There are some things you need to know about behaving around these aircraft on the ground. For starters, we'll go over to the Blackhawk. Everybody go ahead and form up on the southeast side of it. All right, as a rule of thumb, if you're approaching the Blackhawk and the doors are open, you'll be able to see through both sides. You don't want to approach this at anything other than a 90-degree angle or directly from the front. If you're in the rear of it, you have the anti-torque rotor, which can cut your head off, and the pilot can't see you. If you're coming from the sides, you're also safe. It'll be exhausting very hot air at approximately forehead level. If it's on the ground at an airbase on even turf like this, you do not need to crouch. You don't have to worry about it because the rotors do clear your head. However, it's really important that in combat, and especially on uneven terrain, you do crouch when you approach this from a 90-degree angle. On uneven terrain, that rotor could be as low as my shoulder, so you need to be sensitive of that. Just because the helicopter's landed doesn't mean it's safe, especially if it's spooled up and running. So always be careful to pay attention to how those blades are to the ground. If you do have a need to cross the helicopter, if one side's full, what you need to do is kneel and hug the cockpit as you cross around, like this. At no point in time should you try to go around it, crawl under it, jump over it, as tempting as it might be. Any questions?
Negative, sir, Lieutenant.
Negative, sir.
All right, let's head over to the Chinook. Now with this one, it's almost the opposite. You always want to approach the corner of this ramp at the sharp end, 45-degree angle just like this. Again, ginormous turboshaft engines that are going to be exhausting a lot of hot air at approximately forehead level. We want to avoid that. So to do that, we're going to approach it from this angle here. Again, you can go ahead and get in the habit of kneeling, but as you can see, you're pretty well fucking safe. Things a lot taller than you are. To approach that from a 45-degree angle. A lot of people have a hard time getting in this, so I will break immersion. Look at the corner of the ramp and use your scroll wheel. There you'll find the options. If you're looking at the helicopter, you might not have the same luck. Any questions?
No LT.
Now, if you need to go around this one, you're safe to cross the rear. It's not as big of a deal. Just make sure you're close to it when you do so. Don't need to run around the front of it. That would take you all day. As far as boarding goes and how you're going to stage up your troops, I'm going to hand it back over to Sergeant O'Leary. As I am just a pilot, that's all I've ever been, and I don't even know what a gun is.
All right, thanks, sir. All right. Now, all right, let's practice boarding, shall we? So, we got two teams. Since Sergeant Dornschmeyer and Sergeant Reed are both seasoned NCOs, both Sergeant D5, so they've been in the unit for quite a while. All right, line your teams up, get ready to board. Let's see if you get it right.
On me.
Hey, sure.
Alpha, line up on watch
one
set.
of the teams for now.
Permission load, Alpha?
All right, hold.
Actual.
Okay, hold. Now, first thing we can go over is your stack order. So, first thing you have to know, guys, is that the element leader is always the last one of his element to board the helicopter. So, which means your team leader get back to the end of the line. So, go ahead and do it now. Now, also applies with squads. If you're a squad leader, then you're the last one to board from your squad. Fuck, the platoon leader gets... the platoon sergeant get in last to confirm everybody is on board before them, so that is, you have control and supervision of your guys boarding. That's just simple as that. And once you're the last one, if you're the last one in, once you get in, you can immediately call up on that your element is in. Don't have to wait for anybody else to board and then confirm with them while you sit in the bench there yourself waiting for someone else. So that's the reason for that. Now, the first one to board should be the AR. It's not set in stone, but it is a very good idea to put AR up in front. Now, two reasons for that. First are the seats. Now, if you can get your AR or machine gunner, if you're a weapon squad leader, get on either of the two rearmost seats here first. These seats have the ability to point your weapon out of the back of the helicopter and provide extra fire. So that is extra firepower for the task force while they're airborne. Like so. And seats for that are passenger right ramp and passenger left ramp. So you want the ARs that are up front, grab those seats first immediately when you board the Chinook. Alright, let's go ahead and switch the ARs up in front.
You'll find those seats by looking at passenger, left and right ramp.
Yep. And the second reason is when you're fast roping, the ARs will be up front. So they will be boarded first, which means they will get off first. That means more firepower on the ground quicker, also more security for the task force as a whole, etc., etc. Also when you're landing, the ARs will again get out first, because in the Chinook's case, everybody knows how you get out for one of those. If the Chinook is full, you go. You get out one by one. Not actual, one by one per row, back to front. So rearmost guys get out first, and the guns finish it up. So they'll be the last ones to get out. You don't have, somebody might have told you that it goes back and forth between the rows. That's bullshit. You just have to wait. You just have to look towards the ramp, whichever side you're on, and when the guy next to you has left, you're free to follow him. Everything. Back to what I was saying, ARs get out first, and their security as the first man who get out of the Chinook. Sector security for the first two guys is the immediate front of the Chinook, because that is the least secure sector of this helicopter. So they're gonna get out here, button hook either left or right, and lay down directly next to the ramp, like so, covering front sector. Again, that is the least secured sector, and it's a good idea to have your most powerful weapon systems covering that sector. Any questions of
Negative, Sergeant.
on the order of boarding or the stack order? What's in between those two doesn't matter at all. Got a question?
Yes, Sergeant.
Go ahead.
Just did you say the first people to get out who are the one to get the right side and the left side? Is that correct?
Yeah. The first two guys get out on either respective side are going to cover the front sector. So if you're an AR, we land, you get out first. Let's say you get out on the left side, you button to the left. On right here, whoops, I went too far. Right here, next to the wheels, basically next to the ramp, and cover the front. Right here.
Affirm. Thank you, sir.
Yep, and everybody else just piles out happily around the back of the Chinook, creating a semicircle underneath the rotor blades. Okay. Let's try that, shall we? So, before you're allowed to enter the bird, usually the chalk leader will go up to the pilot and ask for permission to board. Do we have permission to board, sir?
What would you do if I said no?
Then it would sit here.
Okay, just checking. Yeah, you guys are good to go for the rest of the class.
All right, then go ahead and get boarded. So team leads on the guns. Everybody else, wherever we have to go.
The position on the corner
Bravo,
to
then.
reach the gun. You need to be in the center. Alpha's all.
Okay, we got ARs at the ramp. We got team leaders on the guns. All right, very good. All right, let's try to onboard this. All right, get out.
Alpha Bravo, head up, or Alpha head out.
Macmillan out.
Call out.
Where's up?
That's up.
Alpha's out.
Everybody out.
Stove's out.
Oh.
Tally's up.
All right, you want to spread it out a bit more.
The only hiccup they had is they thought I was leaving. I was just there to watch the formation.
All right, you want to push out a bit more because you have space right now since there's just one squad. But if there's 26 people,
lay down. Lay down.
There we go. If there's 26 people piling out of the helicopter, it's going to be real tight. All right, so let's make it nice. Well, as nice as it could be. Fairly scoot back just a bit. All right. Well, I've seen worse, but probably that it's only 8 of it. Yeah, that's the baseline of it, and you really don't want to extend any further than the ends or than the tips of the rotor blades. So you want to stay just in the rotor assembly. No need to push out any further. Okay. All right, everybody recover. All right, AR's good job grabbing the right sectors. All right, school circle. All right, anybody got any questions in regards to what we just did?
Negative, Sergeant.
Negative, Sergeant.
All right, everything very straightforward, right? All right, let's go to the Black Hawk. Now to deal with the Blackhawk is pretty much the same. You also have 2 seats next to the door where you can point your gun out, so it's a good idea to have your ARs and machine gunners, if you're a weapon squad, on those seats. Again, it is not even an SOP or whatever, but it's common fucking sense. Just a good idea to have the biggest gun doing the work. So, again, same stack order applies, same rules. However, when you are, we went over how to approach this, so 9-degree angle, and with the exception of onboarding, there's no order. Once you land, everybody is free to pile out and grab sector. Now, there's 2 ways to load this bird. So you can have an entire squad going from one side, but it's always a better option to load from both sides simultaneously. Reason 1, it's faster. Reason 2, when you're onboarding or you're getting out, it tends to throw you out on the same side that you boarded from. So if the majority of the squad gets on from this side and only a few people come in from the other side, once you land, get out and grab security, that side will be weaker because it will have less people covering it. So it's always good if it's to split up the element and board from both sides simultaneously. Get in faster, and you get more even security on the ground once you land. Make sense?
Confirm.
Yep.
Alright, and again, once you get out, just take a few steps, lay down, stay within the rotor assembly, and that's pretty much it.
Hank, he'll push red for me, would you?
Alright, so let's practice this also one time. Team leaders, grab side.
Bravo, far side.
Alpha, near side.
Just go in front of me. Come on, line up.
Board up once ready.
Board.
You know I'm an
Solid
AR
rear
too,
load.
right? McMillan.
Yeah, but
Alright.
Let's go load up, guys.
Alpha's all in.
Mike's in.
Macmillan in.
Fail's in.
Stover's in.
Bravo's all in.
Okay, there we go. Good job, team leaders, knowing where to point the gun when you're at base. Well done. Anywho, everybody get out.
File out.
Stover's looking west.
Macmillan looking southwest.
Hit detect Mike.
Guys, we're gonna get northeast. Bravo's all out.
Alpha's all out.
Mike, hit the deck. There we go.
Go Hill, can you push red for me? Tango Mike.
You guys are looking symmetrical as a motherfucker. Alright, good job. Recover. And on me. Alright. So, congratulations, nobody really fucked up. I didn't expect you to, since you all done it at least once before. Either in OSA or in operation training, FTX, whatever. So, now, we're going to talk briefly about landing zones and how they work in the field, and what you need to, and what is your role when you're getting a helicopter to pick you up when you're returning from the field or just getting moved to another location. Anyway, anything that happens off base, so in the field. And I'm going to hand that over to Lieutenant Bowman.
Thank you, Sergeant. All right, gentlemen, everybody pull your map open and look just a little bit to our north. You see I placed down a red flag marker. We have eyes on?
Eyes on.
Yeah, sir.
Paper.
Sir.
Heads up.
Okay, just a couple really important markers we talk about with regard to LZs. Everybody know what this black line is?
Power line.
Not only is that a power line, it's a high voltage big boy power line. It's going to be the 4-strand or more. We'll absolutely put down a helicopter. So be sentient of that. If it ever becomes your responsibility to make an LZ. Everybody know what these lines are? Here.
Mounted
Topography.
Top mounted.
What does that mean?
Elevation.
Elevation.
All right. So things in this area aren't looking so great for helicopter, right? We've got
Affirmative.
trees here. We've got a road, which roads typically have tricky power lines around them that won't often be put on maps. So we don't like to land on roads if we can help it, unless we really know. So this is a bad area. There's a lot of examples of bad things. You can see rocks here, a lot of trees, power lines, buildings, roads, and terrain. Now, if you look a little bit to your west, you'll see a lot of really great areas for landing zones. Example of that is in this place here, this circle. That's a great place to land. Not a whole lot going on. A little bit of elevation changes, but not much. It's mostly changing like 2 to 3 meters. Questions?
Negative.
No, sir.
Sir.
Okay, so when you have to set up an LZ, and again, most of you guys probably never will, you need to make sure you mark that properly and know what that marker is going to mean. So for us, generally in the daytime, it's going to be green smoke. At night, it's going to be a green flare or an X laser with your IR lasers. Generally, the green flare is a lot more ideal. But the downside of the green flare is it's visible to the naked eye, not just night vision, so the enemy can see it as well. The IR stuff has its advantage. Generally, wherever you mark that is going to be where the helicopter lands. So if you put down green smoke, make sure you're not hanging out in the green smoke, because I won't see you and I will land on you. It'll suck. That's pretty much it as far as that goes. Everybody know what the air-to-ground frequency is in case of an emergency?
70.
70.
Yep, 70. So if there's ever a time, well, probably not, but there might be. That's how you get a hold of us. That's all I've got for LZs.
All right, thank you, sir. So yeah, to understand how landing zones are marked and scouted out on the maps, it will probably never be your responsibility. However, you need to know how it's done and thought process around it. Also, so when you pull up your microdragger, see an LZ marker, you're not going to wonder, why is it there? What's it doing there? What's going on? So, it's the responsibility of TFAR, but it's good to know how LZs work. Because we are an air assault unit after all, we work a lot with helicopters. So, anywho, since we got the server all to ourselves, we're gonna do both daytime and a nighttime run. So you can see different methods for marking LZs on the ground. On daytime, we use green smoke. Now, don't confuse air insertion or a resupply or a pickup to a CAS run or CAS mission. Now, for CAS mission, we use green smoke on our positions to mark us, so the friendlies don't shoot at us. Now, if we're just calling in a resupply or a pickup bird or whatever, then we mark the green smoke, or then we mark the LZ with the green smoke, and we stay out of it. So there's a difference. So whenever we're being told to pop green smoke on your position, that is when you know that's CAS coming in. You need to mark yourself. But whenever there's bird coming in and we have to mark the LZ for him, then we mark it also with green smoke and we stay out of it. So there's difference between the two. One case, you need to stay inside green smoke. the other case, you have to stay far away from it. So, don't confuse these two. Anyway, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take the bird out, we're gonna land, we're gonna get out, full security, then we're gonna call the bird back to pick us up, we're gonna mark the LZ, we're gonna board, we're gonna go to another LZ, do it one more time, until it's fluid, and then we're gonna transition to nighttime briefly, do a nighttime run, so you can practice, or you can see how marking LZs during nighttime is done. And if all works out well, we'll come back to base and we'll move on to fast roping. Now, before we step out, I'll tell you guys one thing. Now, when we land, you get out of the bird, you grab security. All right. How long are you staying in that formation?
Till the bird lifts
takes
off.
off.
So the bird leaves.
Exactly. Only until the bird's only as long as the bird's there. That's the only reason you're staying in that formation close to the bird. You're providing security for it. Once it's gone, there's no point of you just laying out in the open. Just as soon as the bird lifts, get your ass up, run to closest piece of cover, spread out. And there's a good possibility as well that the mortars are going to rain down on you, because trust me, everybody in the fucking AO will know whenever a fucking helicopter lands somewhere. So, as soon as the bird's gone, disperse as quickly as fucking possible. So, we've been bitten in the ass before by staying in formation for too long and then getting mortared while we're waiting for a movement order. Let me Charlie 970. Rocket, we're taking the Black Hawk out. Copy. Alright. So, anybody got any questions in regards to what we're about to do?
Negative, Sergeant.
Negative, Sergeant.
Okay. I'll be acting squad leader for this. So, team leaders just know your role. Or, so the first part I'll be squadding, then we're gonna have somebody else step up. And we'll go from there. We take if you guys have questions, Sergeant Dongsmeyer.
Not for me, Sergeant.
Oh, or you're just standing up because you feel like it. Okay.
Stretch my legs.
All right. We're taking the heavy or the baby bird.
Oh god.
Oh, never mind. It looks like all LT here there is off comms. So now we gather up on the Chinook when you're ready.
Did he say move, Sarge?
Yes, he said gather up on the Chinook.
I heard him say that.
He said gather up on the Chinook.
Yeah. Get ready by the Chinook. We're taking the heavy alpha first, right?
Alpha will take left.
Alpha left
Get
side.
aboard when ready.
Roger, Bravo's gonna take right.
Ward 1 ready.
You want me to take point?
Alright, we can take it.
Gravia traffic, show Chinook 1-2 signing on frequency 75. Going to be departing out to the north for air assault operation.
Mike,
Fairly's in.
Stowe's in.
Bravo's all in.
Macmillan in.
Gravia traffic, show
All
1-2
in.
Chinook's pulling.
Alpha airplug check.
Earplugs in, guys.
Roll check.
Checked.
And don't screw up the dismounting procedures. Don't get them confused between the Black Hawk and the Chinook. So, we're in the Phoenix Heavy. So we dismount back to front.
Affirmative, Sergeant.
1-2 Chinook lifting from Mike 3 Hilo Park. We're going to be departing out to the north.
Two and a half out. 2.5 out. Roger. One and a half.
30 seconds.
All right, get ready. On the deck. Go, go, go. Cameras out.
Macmillan out.
Stokes out. Staley's out.
Ring raise out.
Fired out.
Bravo up, move east.
Roger, moving east.
If I get to the rock wall to the west.
Roger, on you, it's just me and you now.
Maybe just stagger and 7-0. We'll get a smoke up for you here in a minute. Roger will do. Alright, now we're gonna call the bird back. Break. As soon the bird touches deck, you haul ass to it and get in from the rear. Questions?
Negative, Sergeant.
Negative.
I heard all that.
Make
So
sure your teams know what to do, and we'll call the bird in.
Alright, bird's coming back. As soon as it gets back, we're gonna haul ass to the rear of that thing and hop in.
It was actual risk.
yeah, hey, Rog.
Elson Marker 0831 grid 137205. Green smoke out. Up 30. Alright, bird's 30 seconds out.
30 seconds.
Rog.
As soon as it touches deck, haul your ass to it.
Alpha copies.
You want to get Bravo to put both their machine gunners on the ramp? Because they've got two, I think.
And don't bother getting a perfect formation in the back.
Just hop on the
fuck it up.
The way we
Just
get on
as
the right.
quickly as you can. Okay. You can say fuck all to the order reporting. Just get in.
Yep, just get it.
Bring Rose in.
Bravo's in.
Macmillan in.
Okay.
All in, all in.
This is Ford, requesting active insertion on your position, over.
We landing 04 left.
Oh, this is Alpha. Wilco, you may need to wait a few seconds. We are currently in transit, over.
Copy, I'll provide the airfield.
Guys, why there nobody on the minigun?
Robbie traffic, show 12 Chinook, turning final 0 left.
Yeah, that is a good question. Just stand by.
I can clean that.
Send. Yeah, for fairly with RTB, by the looks of it.
Robbie traffic, show 12 Chinook on final. And we have the active. Robbie traffic, show 12 Chinook taxiing down for Sierra 7 Mike 3. And 12 square active. Gravia traffic, show 12 Chinook on the deck. Mike 3 is pulling down, off 75.
Alright, get out. We're back at base, so no need for security. Just get
Dismount.
out.
Macmillan out.
You don't need Dolphin security, we're at base.
Bravo's all out.
I love your enthusiasm, guys, but we're on base.
Up private.
Alright, rolling up. Alright, small feedback. Alright, when we're simulating those convert inserts and extracts like this, so we're simulating it, which means we're acting as it's a live situation, which means we get back to base. There's no more enemy. We don't need to pull security anymore for obvious reasons. At the extract there, when the bird touches ground, you run up to it and you get in as quick as possible. Now, if this is a combat extract or a hot extract, which means we're extracting under fire, doesn't matter who gets in first, who gets on the gun, as long as somebody does it. If it is a quiet, peaceful Sunday night, there's nothing going on, we're just getting back into the bird with no enemy threat, then yeah, you can make it nice. Make it visual, team leaders with guns, stack up, all that kind of thing. However, hot combat extract, you just get in as quickly as you can. It means you don't pile up like fucking dominoes at the back of the ramp there. Just getting quicker. You don't need to get your stack in the perfect order and get a perfect line, or even have a team leader on the gun per se. Trust me, when there are bullets flying, it's hot extract. As long as somebody jumps on the gun, nobody's gonna argue. As long as somebody does it. So, if you see an opportunity to take the gun and provide suppressive fire, do it.
Sergeant, if I may?
Yes, you may, Sergeant.
When I was trying to get in the chopper, I couldn't get the option for crew or door gun. And I was told, instead of fumble fucking around, the most important thing is getting the chopper to get off the deck. So, after I tried the third time, I just jumped in.
Sure.
That's the correct course of action.
Yep, absolutely.
The real issue is that someone didn't grab the gun before you. But
yeah,
if you're the first guy to the helicopter, get on the gun. If it's an extract, no one gives a shit.
Yep, exactly. So, we're gonna do this one more time. This time in the nighttime. So, we're gonna have you guys marking LZs with different methods. So, everybody should have their MVGs. If you don't, you are out of uniform. So, everyone put your nods on.
Ha! Sergeant, I am out of uniform.
Before you go running back to the office, there's a box inside the hangar, all the way to the west.
Roger that. Sorry, I grabbed our AG loadout, which the Havoc 4 doesn't carry nods unless we're supposed to, unless we need it for that mission.
What's that bullshit?
Really? All of our loadouts are super heavy.
Roger. Okay. That's the first time I heard it, but okay.
Honestly, it's pretty realistic.
The AG carries extra missiles or mortars.
Oh, yeah.
True.
Troops wouldn't carry nods if they weren't using them at the moment either.
Yeah, true. I'm just wait for him to get back.
That's not what they said in Black Hawk Down.
Sorry, quick question.
Yeah, sure. Shoot.
Proper procedure for unloading on base. Is there anything that we need to be aware of, or is it just pile out?
Exactly the same. Exactly the same, with the exception that you're not grabbing security.
Okay, so it's okay.
You're not hitting the deck as you get out.
One of the things I was told, Sergeant, was we get out one by one on the Chinook, because if we all pile out, sometimes people end up on top of each other and they end up in the rotors.
Hey, sure.
Oh, lovely.
That is exactly where I get out one by one on the Chinook. So, even when you're at base, you still got one by one. You just don't grab security.
Welcome to, this is Bowman Training Darkness. I don't do that fucking full moon twinkle toe bullshit.
Yeah, it's only half moon, so you're correct. Anyway. So, before we get out, we're gonna show a few different types of marking. So, everybody turn your attention towards the runway. So, everybody face in... Actually, Stuart, I'll teleport Soul to something nice and I'll show you different marking methods.
Fine, just hop the fence. Walk this way.
could, absolutely.
Sir, I'm not sure I can run in such a dainty manner.
Okay, since you guys want to run, then fine, let's run. Would have eased your pain, but apparently LT here wants to BT. Guess they always do, huh?
Now you know what I have to go through.
That's the LTs for you. No offense, sir.
Alright, good enough. Now. So.
Talk about my cool kit.
So if everybody looks to the southeast, there have been different methods of marking LZs throughout the time this unit's been here. So the first one, you see, you see the Bowman already doing it. Is that an IR grenade?
That was an IR grenade.
Yep, go ahead and throw it.
You can attach it to yourself or you can throw it.
Yep, either of the two, it works. It is it's like a strobe light. It flashes and can see it can be seen pretty far out.
But it's only visible under nods. If you flip your nods up, you can't see it. That's a big advantage to that.
Yep, that's infrared. That's infrared for you. Now, one is usual enough. However, if somebody's having trouble with visibility, you can put just one down, or you can create a box or something of the sort if you want to make it more fancy and if you have IR grenades to spare, but usually one is enough.
Question, Sarge.
Yeah, shoot.
The IR grenades aren't normal loadout for Havoc 4. Are they normal loadout for infantry?
They are in loadouts for squad leaders and above. But again, I'm just here showing you how LZs are marked. You're not usually the ones doing this, but sometimes infantry may get called upon to lay down an LZ for an incoming bird. It has happened, and there's a good possibility that it will happen again at some point. Just not your usual job. But I've had to do it twice during an official operation, so that's why I teach it here, so nobody's caught off guard if it ever happens that you get called upon to do it.
Copy that.
Now,
most often you'll see the IR grenades being requested to be attached if we have an active little bird night.
Yep. In case of CAS, we squad leaders will attach IR grenades to ourselves to identify friendlies during nighttime.
Learn to read.
Thank you, LT. During night ops, would we be okay to have team leaders or other squad members swap out green smokes for IR grenades?
That is at the discretion of your task force commander.
Don't swap out your smokes for them. At least not the green smokes. The issue, and we'll get to that in a second with that, is that IR grenades are only so useful. And they also put, and I hate to break immersion, but they put a strain on the server. So having them attached to the squad level is useful because it lets us identify our friendly forces. We're not going to fire within a couple hundred meters of that anyway. If your team is that, or your squad is that spread out, you got a problem. With having everybody carry them, there'd be issues as far as the server goes.
Yep, we don't all need to light up like fucking Christmas trees. One
green smoke is still very useful at night.
Yep, one strobe dude is enough. Alright, now I'm going to show you briefly a method that was used back in the day, but not anymore. It is the vehicle X. So you get two vehicles and create an X with the headlights. Now, bad for two reasons. A, you need vehicles. We don't have them all the time. Two, headlights. That is a massive source of light. Everybody will see that shit. So, and we throw that idea in the head. No. Much better option is X with lasers. So, volunteer. There we go. Yep. Okay. Make that X a bit further, so spread out more.
Disco party.
All right.
Get the flares.
There we go. All right, so that's good. So this is the IRX, so the laser X. Ready with your lasers. Now.
So to answer your question, if FHQ has to do a landing, that's normally the method we use is laser X.
Mm-hmm.
Copy
That
that.
is.
I'll be honest, that's one of those moments where I'm really glad that I always fly into a grid or a point. Because I'm pretty sure the laser X is just for you guys is to get your cool guy moment. It doesn't do a whole lot visibility-wise for us.
Alright, does it?
Not nearly as much as this guy right here. In this combination. Nope. Followed by the puppy right here.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Yep. Now, the smoke amplifies the effect of a flare. That is another method for marking LCs. However, also visible to the naked eye, so visible to the enemy as well.
Yeah, really take your nods off.
Yep. So,
That is
going to
kinda cool.
shit.
So is that
Now,
a chem light
there
LT?
are IR flares, and I'm going to start slapping those in people's kits occasionally. But
Yep.
we need to test it more.
Question to Chief, really? Is that laser X not visible to several kilometers out? Because it used to be.
It is, but it's less overt when you're under stress than it is something like this. A lot of
Roger.
times during night ops, people can't help but be cool with their lasers, so it doesn't really help to like, oh look, lasers, let's land.
Alright. Now, one thing I have to tell you guys about lasers is don't shine them up at the fucking sky like this. Never point your laser towards an airframe. That is for realism purposes. Because of course it's not gonna do dick here in ArmA, but in real life, first you're gonna blind a fucking pilot, and second, you're gonna make all the fucking countermeasures on an airframe go fucking foobar. Because anything pointing at the fucking helicopter is a laser, whatever, the countermeasures on the airframe are gonna pick that up. And then the pilot's gonna shit his pants. And you're gonna shit your pants afterwards until you gonna get after you're being fucking NGV'd for it. So never point your laser towards an airframe. When you're doing a laser X, you see the bird approaching, and you can see that the bird has seen the LC and is about to land. Turn your laser off. So never point your laser at an airframe. That's it.
You sure?
So, any questions on different methods that we just showcased here?
Negative, Sergeant.
Okay, back to the bird. Alright, looks like we have starting to let go with this.
You want me to go grab him, Sergeant?
Is it here?
Yeah,
I'm not sure why these aren't used as much. You do have IR chem lights.
We have, and
They're
we carried them.
really dim.
I carried them personally. Or one. It was while they were loaded. Anyway, we're not going to do a simulation during nighttime. Just wanted to showcase the marking methods.
That's disappointing.
Oh, do you want to do it?
My air assault. We don't have a live fire anymore.
Fuck it. Okay, sure, we can do it. But switch back to the daytime so we can go air assault because fucking nods. If I wear them too long, I get anxious.
Everybody, take your glasses off.
Oh, Chief's already did it? Okay.
Got it.
Life is great as a fucking staff sergeant. Get a lieutenant to do your dirty work for you.
I would let you do it, but you're pretty slow, Grandpa.
Sergeant, you're here.
Trying to be.
Roger. Alright, just listen in and get in whenever you can. Alright. So, fast roping. Now to the fun part. Now, a little disclaimer before we go. Oh, actually, Chief, you want to talk about duties and responsibilities real quick?
Well, after your dirty work comment, I'm not so sure I do.
Oh, sorry, I just have to go.
I'm kidding.
Hit the head.
Yeah. As far as... Actually, let's take a moment. Does anybody need to take a leak? The water?
I'll take one real quick.
Alright, take a knee when you leave, stand up when you come back. I'm drinking coffee and I have to...
Sergeant Lanko. Lanko.
Sergeant O'Leary.
Yeah, guess you can't hear.
I'm gonna go grab him.
His pro mod is enabled. It needs to be disabled. Sergeant Larry. I guess you went AFK too.
Okay, I'm back. What's up?
You should remind Lieutenant Bowman there that, there's a reason we got to live to these ages.
I'm sorry?
So you should remind the Lieutenant that there's a reason we got to live to this ripe old age. After he called you Grandpa? You don't fuck with old guys. We'll screw people up.
Or used to screw people up. I'm just kidding. Alright. I mean, how old are Dunchmeyer? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 46.
Not that old.
No, I'm feeling it. It's not the age, it's the mileage.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
I've been around the planet 3 times.
Shit.
Who's the oldest in the 506?
You are now, Stover. Actually, no, I think Lee is.
Lee is, yeah. Fucking 75 or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Yep.
I think Stover's pulling up the close behind him.
Stover, how old are you?
Double nickel.
Shit. Okay.
He just applied for his AARP card.
So I guess I offended somebody with my grandpa joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were getting ready to gang up on you, here, sir.
Yeah, good luck, boys. I don't condition for this thing, yeah?
Alright, back to the serious part. We'll, here, are we? Failing McMillan back? Guess not.
Sergeant Larry, how old are you?
Why don't you guess?
22.
Percent high.
Nope.
36.
No.
1
No.
and a half.
He sounds like an old fuck, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'd go with 49.
Younger than me.
I'm probably, well, not the youngest, but I'm down there.
19.
You gotta be older than Sergeant Tosco.
I'm 21, so I'm right there next to him. Pretty much, yeah.
I have pubic hair older than both of you.
Jesus Christ.
You're just wrong.
Lol. Sorry.
That's not good. Like socks.
cut that.
You ever heard of a fucking
You should
razor?
really cut that.
I mean, shouldn't each hair fall out after like 3 years?
Might be trying to break a world record.
Or do you keep them in a box?
Yeah, Cole, do me a favor, go fucking
Well, I
call
just don't
Guinness.
shave the inside of my thighs, you know?
Will do.
That
Private Fairley.
that an ammo box in that up in there, or am I?
Cool, I'm
I'm
not the
actually-
oldest guy to get it.
He's out of uniform.
From McMillan.
Yep.
First of all, fucking yep.
Start.
What?
Yes. Yes, what?
Yes, Sergeant.
Okay. Now the second part. Why do you have a belt in your weapon?
Oh, sorry, I forgot it when I exited the Chinook. Apologize.
Fucking privates, you're all so scary.
Do we even use those belts? That looked fucking weird.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Alright,
Was it
everybody's
pouch?
back. Everybody's back.
Budgetary problems.
Alright, fine. Now, before we go into fast roping, something we should actually do before we, as first thing in this aerosol class, talk about duties and responsibilities of all personnel, fill in what each element or each level in command is doing when we're conducting aerosol, what are their responsibilities, yada yada yada, etc. So, Lieutenant Bowman here is gonna give you a short rundown of every level and their responsibilities during an aerosol operation. So, take it away, sir.
All right, thank you, Sergeant. All right, so we're going to talk about the task force commander level. Overall, they're responsible for the entire mission. They plan the mission generally and issue orders, brief leaders, yell at Delta Company, things like that. Platoon HQ is going to be in charge of the platoon at the LZ. You're going to be talking to the chalk leaders prior to departure. The important thing at a platoon level, should any of you make it up there, is that the platoon leader rides in the first helicopter and the platoon sergeant in the last. Make sure that if one bird goes down or something happens, that the platoon can still be managed at that level. Chalk leaders are typically going to be a squad leader, although not every squad leader is always going to be a chalk leader. The chalk leader is generally the most important part of a fast roping operation because he's calling off the numbers, assigning the numbers, making sure everybody knows what they're supposed to do at the LZ, and is the big voice in your ear during the fast roping procedures. Team leaders, although not running the comms at the same time as the chalk leader, it's really important a team leader knows what he's doing because he's going to be following along with the chalk leader. At any point, if we say, chalk lead, you're dead, if the team lead can't call the next number out and know where he's at, he's failed. Additionally, team leaders can also be in the minigun, but there's going to be times where they're not, especially in the Chinook. Then we have our dagger elements. They are coordinating the movement, designating the LZ, being a bridge of communication between infantry and aviation assets, as well as advising the task force commander.
There you go. So now I know what everybody's doing. And as for Havoc 4, you just scoot along with the task force commander. You don't really do nothing else during your aerosol operation, correct?
You do what the task force says.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I meant. Alright, so now let's talk about fast roping itself. Disclaimer. Fast roping, although fun, it is a bitch. So it is technically difficult and very risky thing to pull off. Now, the only time we fast rope is when we can't land. We always try to land a helicopter because it's just safer. So there's much more that can go wrong during a fast rope insertion than a landing. First, there's a possibility of a helicopter being shot down because it's not only stationary around the ground, it's hovering fucking 20 meters above the ground in the air. Everybody within a 3-mile radius can see the motherfucker. So we don't fast rope nearly as often as we could. All those people falling off ropes, etc., all of being just a more difficult task overall. We always try to land. However, we fast rope on one occasion when we can't land, and when we can't land is 99% of the time due to terrain. And then there's where the only advantage fast roping has over landing comes into play. Terrain is not the limit. We can do it absolutely fucking everywhere. Anything helicopter can hover above, we can fast rope onto. That's it.
Okay, before we do a dry run on fast roping and talk about some of the things, well, we'll talk about the things first. Everybody knows what my job is. I fly, and I communicate when it's time to kick the ropes out the door. Chalk leader's job is to stay in touch both with myself, the pilot, and the chalk. And the team lead is generally just going to be hanging out and listening in during all this. You're going to hear a few commands. The first is going to be prepare the fast roping system, prepare whatever. Depends who the pilot is. That's going to be a call that happens at least 30 seconds away from the LZ. You're going to ace interact and do the prepare fast roping system option. Sometimes I'll already have it done. Sometimes it'll need to be done. Either way, really important that the chalk leader is in communication with the pilot and knows how to use the intercom system in the helicopter. Once the helicopter is stabilized, you're going to hear the pilot say deploy ropes or go ropes, whatever, ropes. Something to do with ropes. At that point, the chalk leader is going to deploy the ropes. Once the ropes are settled, you're going to hear a go call starting either from the pilot or the chalk leader once we know the ropes are good to go. You're going to hear the numbers start to go out. So 1 go, 2 go, 3 go, 4 go, and a cadence similarly. The last thing, you're going to hear the chalk leader, or if the chalk leader is incapacitated, the team leader who takes over, called last man. That's going to let me know that you guys are all out. I can cut the ropes and leave. In the case that something goes wrong, you might hear abort, abort, abort. That means we're no longer going to be using the ropes. We'll try to have this done prior to anybody using the ropes. But in the case where you hear that, ignore your number, listen to that, hang tight. You might also hear cut ropes, but that's becoming less prevalent as most pilots are now set up with a control system to cut the ropes. Once you hit the ground, very important that you get the fuck out from underneath the ropes. Otherwise, somebody else is going to be slinging down 220 pounds of ouch on your head. So hit the ground and run. Grab some cover, grab some concealment, whatever it is. Ideally 15, 20 meters away. I think if I forgot anything. Oh yeah, so going to go down the line. Private Segrera. Said that right?
Yes, Lieutenant.
What is your key to fast rope?
To get down and get out of the way.
No, what's the key? What do you press? What button do you use to fast rope?
F10, sir.
All right. Sergeant Dodgemeyer.
Uniform.
Okay. Lock ring rose.
Insert.
Private Stover.
Insert.
Sergeant Lenko.
Scroll wheel.
Wrong answer. Gonna cause problems. I mean, are you thinking scroll wheel repel self? What do you?
Yeah.
That's not.
Oh,
yeah,
no,
you
no,
need to go have a talk with Sergeant Lurie.
Shit, that's what I was told to do last time I was here. That the ace was fucked up and we were using scroll wheel.
That was
no
a long time ago.
No.
It probably was about 7 months ago.
You guys go have a sidebar in the hangar.
All right.
Private
For fuck's sake.
I have it bound to space.
Private Cole.
Uniform.
Sergeant Reed.
Spacebar.
Private Faley.
Semicolon.
Beautiful. Wow, you guys are not 8 up. Look at that. Squared away. Cool. Okay. So while we're waiting on Sergeant Lurie to get Sergeant Lenko squared away.
Sergeant Reed, do we use the space bar for something else besides fast rope?
Most people, or a lot of people, use spacebar to select items from the scroll wheel menu. I personally deleted it from that key binding because I used the mouse wheel to click down.
That's a good point. I do the same thing. All right.
Yeah,
Thank you.
If you use the spacebar to select anything from the scroll menu, you should not have it as your fast rope key.
I use the push down on the middle mouse all the time.
Yep.
Well, the
in that case,
spacebar
if you
by
want to
default
delete the
selects a
space
lot of
one,
things.
it frees up a key.
Copy
I thought the spacebar default jumps over the obstacle. It actually jumps over the wall.
That's it's very up to the person to set up their controls. For me, it's control space that'll set up that. But you just
Okay,
need to make sure
cool.
you don't have a conflict, and you need to make sure that you have the keybind set up to something other than Ace Interact. Because if the ropes are cut, it's one of the people who doesn't set up that keybind. That's the only way it can happen if everybody has the keybind.
Copy that.
All right.
Copies, Lieutenant.
All right, I'll hand it back over to Sergeant Lurie, and we'll get this show on the road.
All right. So, I'll be chalk leading for the first time. Pay close attention to what I'm doing. That especially applies to the NCOs here. So, everybody, go ahead and get lined up. Create a board. Sergeant Lenka, go ahead and fall in with Alpha Team for now.
All right.
Push red, hop on point 1.
Yeah.
Oh, on your side of the bird.
Sergeant Lurie, you want us to line up on this side, or can you actually yell across?
I can cross. Don't worry about me.
Roger that.
Get set up on your side.
You want yelling, Sergeant Lurie?
All right. Scoot up close to that door so you can hear Sergeant Lurie.
I am now. Okay. Now I'm going to start assigning numbers. Once you hear your number, you're going to board a bird, but before you get in, you're going to call in your number and that you're in. So let's say call 1. You're always going to say 1 in and then board a bird. Do not call out after you've climbed in, because I won't be able to hear you. Just give me that audible cue that you receive your number and you're boarding. Okay, and for crying out loud, do not forget your numbers. So let's go here. Call 1.
1 in.
Ringrose 2.
2 in.
Lenko 3. Superera 4.
3 in.
Yes.
Remember to get in that. Get your seat. Keep going. Remember which one it's supposed to be.
Hey, Ferb.
4 in.
Know which one it is?
No, because
on the side.
No, because
door.
if we load in team leaders,
What does it say?
right before the squad leader,
Which is that first seat.
and the bird gets hit halfway
right
during
bench
the,
1.
during the insertion, then
Words we're looking for.
there are going to be no NCOs left on the ground. So one needs to get out halfway through to compensate for that. So. Sorry, was that 5?
Macmillan 5. And
No, sorry. Reed was 5.
Those doors open.
Reed was 5. Macmillan 6.
Hey, Ferb.
Stover 7.
Macmillan in.
6 in.
8. Donchmeyer 9.
7 in.
8 in.
9 in.
10 in, last man.
Copy.
Let's go.
Copy. Traffic 1-2 Blackhawk signing on 7-5. Spooling like 3 going to be parting out straight to southeast. Doc Lead, how do you hear me?
Lima Charlie.
Copy. Traffic 1-2 Blackhawk lifting Mike 3 out southeast. 2.5 out. Go ahead and prepare the fast roping system.
Copy that. Burn system. Ready.
30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Boy ropes.
Ropes. Ropes. Ropes.
Go, go, go.
1 go. 2 go.
Here you go.
Go ahead and get a resupply, get fresh ropes, and come pick us up. I'll destroy them in a while.
Good copy.
No, just sit there, get cover.
Alright, everybody here.
Correction, rally.
Rally in a second.
Now, who was the doofus that cut the ropes?
That was me, Sergeant. I had my mic muted and I didn't realize it.
Alright, any reason why you cut the ropes?
My uniform key wasn't working, so I just resorted to going through ACE.
Roger. Roger, then rebind it.
Okay.
I suggest insert, because it's free and it makes perfect sense. It's just simple. We're fast roping. Oh, insert. We're inserting. Good. So, I recommend that key. That's what I use personally. If everybody likes it, feel free to use it as well.
Understood. Thank you, Sergeant.
Yep. All right, Private Squirrel, why did you hop out as soon as the ropes deployed?
That's because, my bad, Sergeant. He said fast ropes, and I hit the fast rope key, and I went out.
Do you know what your queue is?
I was
the
4,
order.
Sergeant. Forgot.
All right. So you're 4, and you're not hopping out until I say 4. So
Affirmative, Sergeant.
Go up our numbers. So, all right. Thank you, bro. Go owning up to it. All right. So, don't fuck around with the ropes. I don't want to see ropes being cut again. Now, so everybody remember your order. And once it called, you only then hop out. If you drop out sooner, like Private Sierra did, now it's of utmost importance that you let know which number left, So if, oops, you fucked up, you're 7 and you're the first one to go, you need to send that up to, you need to radio that up to the team leader, who then radios it up to the chalk leader that number 7 is left. So I can skip that number with a slight hiccup during the insertion because I'm calling out for 4 to hop out, but he was already out. So I can't remember all of your numbers. You need to do it for me. So if ever you hop out by accident, let me know that that number is out so I can skip it, or the other chalk leader can skip it. Avoids those little hiccups like these, speeds up the process.
Affirmative, Sergeant.
All right. Now, yes, I should be on yelling private equivalent. Is anybody having trouble hearing me?
95 by Sergeant.
Okay. All right. Otherwise, it was good. Good job getting away from the ropes in a timely manner. Reason why you want to stay there. Lieutenant Bowman already stated that somebody's gonna drop on top of you. Also, when a bird's gonna hit, guess where the wreck is gonna fall? Again, right on their fucking head. So good 10-15 meters away from the bird, and then grab security. And also, if anybody gets hurt, which could happen when you're fast dropping, even when you're doing it perfectly, you could get hurt. Or if anybody goes unconscious on the ropes, he is not to be treated until the bird is left. So, anybody goes down, it's gonna stay there until the bird is gone, and only then will the medic get to him. Understood?
Affirmative,
Copy.
Sergeant.
Affirm, Sergeant.
Okay. Now, let's have somebody else step up as chalk leader. I'm thinking Sergeant Reed, why don't you take it?
Cover that. Cover that.
Go and spool down.
Alpha on your side of the bird.
Bravo, go down far side. Around the nose.
Go and spool down. Everybody line back up, we'll have some good sound numbers.
Goyo, you're 1.
You've already got one in at the moment, Reed.
Say again?
Disregard, you got out.
I can't hear you over the bird. Speak up.
Yeah, disregard now, Sergeant.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, Coil, you're 1.
1 in.
Ring Rose, 2. Blanco, you're 3. You're gonna get on the crew chief gun.
Yep.
Cabrera, 4.
3 in.
McMillan, 5.
Four in.
6. Bailey, 7.
Roger, 7.
Dunkmeyer, 8. Larry, 9.
6 in.
7's in.
8-10.
9 in.
All right. Darklead, confirm you have control over fast rope system.
Darkblade does not have access to fast rope system, but you cannot access it at 0 altitude, I believe.
I'll fix it.
Let's see if it comes online. I'm trying to test this bird, so if it's an issue, we'll fix it real fast.
Alright. I'm fixing it right now.
I don't know if it'll be fixable.
It is.
There it is.
Should have now.
Yep.
There we go.
This thing sounds so much better.
Say again?
Thing sounds a lot better.
No AR gunner next to you, Sergeant.
We're lifting. I go ahead and prepare the ropes.
Ropes prepared.
Alright,
we're about 2 clicks out. All 30 seconds. Boy ropes. Ropes deployed. Ropes are good. Go, go. 1 go. 1 go. 2 go.
2 go.
You're a little tight here, gents. If that bird got in hit, you would all be fucked, so spread out more. You got rocks, you got Hescos. No point
Mike, can you give me a stick?
Right here.
The rope slapped me.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep. Also, if you don't spread out enough, and the bird's flying off, and it cuts the ropes might land on you and hurt you. So again, spread out.
Injecting morphine.
Thank you.
Otherwise, everybody group up on me.
All good.
Alright, does everybody remember the number?
Yep.
Yes,
Sergeant.
Yeah, we do remember.
Alright. Sergeant Dornschmeyer, you're up next.
Roger that. Same numbers?
Alright. Yep, just swap numbers with Sergeant Reed.
Sergeant Reed, you're 9, correct?
I was 10. What are you?
10. 8.
Yep.
Yep. So you're now 8, and Sergeant Dornschmeyer is 10. So last man. Everybody else, same number. Alright, let's do it again. I'm not gonna assign numbers
Alpha
again.
will take left side of the
They
bird.
got them, so gonna do it again. Different chocolate.
Alpha, get on the bird's left side.
Copy, left side.
Probably we're going to be getting in on the right-hand side.
I'll do it again.
Roger.
Different chocolate. We
Around the
same
front
number,
of the
so we don't have
aircraft,
to
not
reassign
the
them.
back.
So we're just gonna board in and go.
Yeah, go ahead and get in there. We've got numbers.
Bravo, load up.
Six in.
4 in.
5 in.
2 in.
10.
7's in.
Last man in. All in.
All in.
Beware, I don't see ropes.
Yeah, it's looking like a problem again. Alright, it should be good now.
Negative, still don't see him.
We had him for
Hold
a
on.
second.
Hold on.
At this rate, we're never going to get new helicopters. Stuck with the old ones forever.
We had to pay for Lieutenant Dan's new leg somehow.
Tragic. Alright, it should be good now.
Roger, I got the ropes.
Alright, go ahead and prepare fast rope system. We're only 2 clicks out.
Ropes prepared.
I don't know who's sitting next to me, but I don't like the way you're smiling and looking into my eyes.
30 seconds or less.
You love it, you know it.
Reverting off course a little bit, gonna put you on the rocks. Boy ropes.
Ropes deployed.
Ropes are good, go.
1 go. 1 going. 2 go.
2. Who the hell is that? Scared too close.
Alright, school circle.
School circle on Sergeant Lurie.
Circle up, guys.
Alright. Starting to look pretty smooth. One thing. Copy that. One thing. Try and you don't have to necessarily copy send people down one by one. So you don't have to call them up one by one. You can call them in a sequence of 2. So 1 go, 2 go, 3 go, 4 go. The reason why we say go in between is to get that first guy 1 split second of a head start before they hop onto the ropes. We have to test it again, but at least it used to be the case that when people try to fast rope at the same time, it might throw them on the same rope, causing one to slide down and the other getting stuck in the doorway. So to avoid that, we're not going to call out 1, 2 go, just 1 go, 2 go. So there's number 1 gets 1 split second of a head start to get on one rope, and the 2 is going to hop on the other rope. Both of them are down, then they call up the next buddy team, and on it goes until it's all over. So you can do it one by one, but in sequence of 2, it's a bit faster. Profit's over.
So what I'm listening for is essentially left man out, right man out, 1 go, 2 go, then a pause, and then 3, 4, then a pause.
Pretty much. And don't forget my rank again.
My apologies, Sergeant.
Yep, no worries. Yeah, so it's 1 go, 2 go, 1 and 2 reach the ground, 3 go, 4 go, 3, 4 reach the ground, and so on. So the chocolatier must have visual confirmation that the ropes are clean before it calls in the next set of 2, or the next 2 people. It's proven to be a bit faster than calling out people one by one. So let's try and do that. Jonathan, go.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know I received a fucking commission.
I said yes, Sergeant.
Oh, I heard yes, sir.
No, I'm not that stupid.
Okay. Must have heard you wrong then. Okay, never mind. You're chocolate next.
Awesome sauce.
Yeah. Alright, just swap numbers with Sergeant Donchmeyer. Everybody else still remember theirs?
Donchmeyer, you're 3 now.
Roger that. You're 10.
Woohoo!
Alright. Everybody else still remembers the numbers? Okay.
Affirmative.
Reassign them.
Yes,
Sergeant.
Sergeant. First.
Alright, good.
He was
Alright.
number 1.
Good, come pick us up. Yep. Nelson Mark, you're 1037. Grid 151115. Copy. Alright, this is a tight space. Bird's gonna land here, so.
Gonna make a man sandwich.
Alright. Clear it out. It's gonna be a tight one, but you'll fit.
The LG.
Somebody get the private. Oh, there he is.
I've seen this movie before. I'll be hiding behind this rock.
You're gonna have a Black Hawk landing on your head in about 3 seconds.
Jesus Christ, Tokyo drifted that bitch.
He is cruising.
You move the LZ to the top of the hill.
Yeah, Rog, he's shifted south.
Eyes on.
Alpha will take far side.
Alpha, far side of the bird, pass in front.
We're gonna be on the right side over here.
Stay out from under the blades when you're passing. Or just run directly in front of them. That's what you need to do.
Alright,
Focus and hug the nose.
By the numbers.
7.
Yep.
4, Jim.
7 in. Sorry, 6 in.
3's in. All in. All in.
Alright, check ropes again.
Yep, I've got him.
Copy. We're lifted.
Sergeant Reed, be advised, Private is having technical issues. Over.
Reed copies, over.
Hey, Sergeant, McMillan's out.
Say again?
Looks like McMillan disconnected.
Roger that. Actually be advised, we're -1 McMillan. I believe.
-1 McMillan, copy.
McMillan. Yeah, I think he's gone.
Yeah, he's off comms.
He said on chat that he'll be back. Alright.
Anyone know what number he was?
Don't worry about it, use your assigned numbers, we'll just push right past it.
Not what I was asking, but okay.
We're 3.5 out. Go ahead and prepare. Wrapping ropes.
Doors are closed.
Wait one. Ropes prepared. Seconds.
Knew it!
Go with the ropes. Deploying. Ropes deployed. Ropes are good. Go, go, go. One go, two go.
One going.
Right through that fucking hole in the wall.
So did I.
I bandage up real quick.
Down the rabbit hole, Alice.
Hell, that sucks.
It's quite impressive. I have to think he may have done that on purpose.
How many fell down there? Just one?
Two.
Two. Alright, so Lieutenant Bowman gets 4 points.
I'll give you credit, make it 10.
You're thinking 2 baskets.
One goal, 1 point.
Alright, now we play the game with flashbangs.
That could have been a 3-pointer shot, though.
Fuck you guys, assholes.
We love you too.
Go ahead and climb back up here.
Guys in pain or something?
Yeah, I'm gonna need
morphine. Get down to the courtyard.
Yeah, it's folly.
Actually, hang on.
It's still overwhelming.
Can we just rappel off the edge over here?
At least I didn't fall down.
Yep. You can bring it
Wonder
down
if
here.
I can do it again.
It's gonna be tight. Don't make it work.
Do not knock each other off. Go one at a time. We live in a society.
Alright, everybody rappel down.
Go.
And how do we do that?
Scroll wheel. Repel self is the option. Dun 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 dun.
It's gonna be tight. Stay clear. Bear witness to pilot skills of your commander.
Loading out now.
School circle around.
Just close circle.
Just waiting for that thing to shut up.
That bird is fucking loud.
It is.
Nice shot, Lieutenant. You've got 2 privates in the hole.
Oh yeah.
That just sounds dirty.
2 2 privates, one hole, Anyone?
Next YouTube sensation.
All right. Now, last one here. We just demonstrate the only real advantage fast roping has over landing, and that is, it's cool. Now, good countdown or count off, something like go. It was right on the edge of, right up there, almost too fast, but it worked. Now, that's everything we have for this class. Now, you all know how to fast rope now. Get in and out of the birds in a proper manner. First, before we go any further, before we proceed to graduation, anybody have any questions, comments, concerns?
Negative,
actually,
Sergeant.
I guess I'm sorry.
Yes, Sergeant.
I was thinking about this earlier. We should make sure the team leaders, or at least the squad lead will be chalk leading most of the time. Anyways, team leaders should be at the end of your line, as team leads and above are the ones on the guns. I feel like the gunners should be some of the last ones out of the bird.
One of them will be, but there's one team leader is going to be number 4. The other team leader is going to be number 8 or 9, depends on where the mic is. Now, there's a reason for that. If a bird gets hit halfway through the fast roping operation, halfway through the insertion, it's going to be half of the squad down on the ground, the other God knows where, dead or somewhere else. Now, if all the NCOs are at the end of the line, so 8, 9, 10, the first half on the ground is going to be on the ground with no potential leadership or no NCOs. So put one team leader down in the middle, and the other one at the end with the squad leader. Make sense?
Yep.
Yep. That's the reason we do it. So the teams stay together. So we have at least one fully combat effective element, be it small as it may, but you still have it.
That's all I got, sir.
All right. Okay. Before I let you guys off the hook here, one tradition we have here in the Air Assault School is, ever since Air Assault School has been around, it is a tradition to end Air Assault class with our unit motto. Now, that is courtesy of Staff Sergeant King, who was a Air Assault School instructor here. That's recently, so in honor of Air Assault School and Sergeant King, on count of 3, I want you to yell out loudest fucking air assault you possibly can. Alright. So, count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Air assault.
Air assault.
Fucking hell. I thought I was fucking weak. Alright. Thank you, gents. You all earned your wings. Congratulations. You are all graduated. You are now air assault qualified.
You didn't just salute a sergeant, did you?
I saluted myself.
He saluted the lieutenant.
Yeah, I was saluting him.
Alright. So, congratulations. All qualified. Free to get out of here.
What about me? I just got disconnected because of the internet.
Don't worry, you're qualified too.
Oh, thank God. Thank you.
Yep. So, thank you, Sergeant. Good job tonight, gentlemen.
Thank you, Sergeant. Thank you, LT.
Thanks, LT.
Thank you, Sergeant.
Sarge, LT, have a good night.
Thanks, LT, for the ride.